There are 4 steps to successfully defending and countering an incoming strike. In the rare chance that you find yourself in a position where you need to use self-defense, these techniques, if applied properly, can be very effective. I have been training in martial arts for the last 12 years. I started my journey in Taekwondo, where I got my black belt, and then decided to further my knowledge training in Okinawan Shorin-ryu Karate, which I now have my black belt in it as well. For this demonstration, I'll be using my dad as my yuki, which is Japanese for training dummy. Training partner. And for step 1, we will start with a right-handed punch. And I will pass it with my left hand because that is the closest hand to his fist. And I will pass that to my right hand while twisting his wrist where his knuckles are facing downward. Then I will put my left forearm right underneath his tricep and roll that muscle over, which completes the arm lock. Now I have full control of him. You can throw in a knee, and at that point you want to bend his wrist and step away. Now I'll show that from a left-handed punch. For the remainder of the demonstration, we will be doing it from a right-handed punch because that is the most common hand that people use to punch with. In step 2, we are going to take the opponent to the ground. Now again, coming from a right-handed punch, you're going to catch with your left hand, pass it to your right hand, twist the wrist downward, put your left forearm under the tricep, and twist it. Now you can throw a knee in, but we're going to the ground. So you turn, push it down on your arm. Once you get them on the ground, you want to bend the wrist that way and step away. In step 3, I will demonstrate what happens when your opponent does not cooperate. Starting with the right-handed punch, I'll pass it to my left hand into my right hand, twist his wrist down to where his knuckles are facing the floor, put my left arm under his tricep, but this time he resists. So I'm going to, instead of resisting him, I'm going to go with him into what is called the Americana lock, and I make sure that I've got my thumb up here. If I have it under here, I don't have as much leverage because my thumb is in the way. So I take my thumb out and I can bend it. Another key thing is making sure your left hand is locked in right below the bend of your elbow. And that is step 3. In step 4, I will be demonstrating another way to take your opponent to the ground, continuing from step 3. Starting with the right-handed punch, passing it with your left hand to your right hand, tilting the knuckles towards the ground, and putting your forearm underneath the tricep. But this time they still resist, so you put them into that Americana lock, making sure to have your left hand grab right on your forearm, right before your elbow, bending their wrist over, and now we're going to go to the ground. So I'm going to sweep his legs, take him to the ground, put my knee into his ribs while maintaining the arm lock, and slowly lift up, and then walk away. Now I'll demonstrate that from the other side so it is visible. Passing the punch, they resist into the Americana lock. Sweep the leg, keep my knee on his ribs, and raise up. And that's step 4. In conclusion, with violence rising in recent years, knowing these 4 steps to successfully counter an incoming strike from an opponent can greatly increase your chances of being unharmed. It is always a good idea to further pursue knowledge and information on self-defense. Using good situational awareness and being aware of your surroundings can greatly limit your chances of getting into a situation where self-defense is needed. Ideally, you never want to find yourself in a position where you need to use self-defense. Thank you.